Now we're moving on to Friday and two massive games. Massive games for Wales and Ireland in Group D. Now it's all to play for in this one, isn't it? One of them's not going to make it by the look of it. And what a bad time for Wales to suffer an injury to Gareth Bale when they need to go to Georgia and win, Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a desperately disappointing for Wales. I wouldn't say that it's completely, definitely going to ruin their hopes. I mean, they played without Bale, I think, in Serbia, got a good 1-1 draw there, and Ben Woodburn, as we've seen, has come on. Actually, probably had a bigger impact than Bale in the two games last month. Come off the bench, turned the game with that fantastic goal against Austria. Come off the bench in Moldova, where they were actually making hard work of that game. Set up the key goal there that broke the game open. So he may start and give them a little bit of extra class and skill there, and youthful enthusiasm as well. I think my problem with backing Wales here is that Georgia is quite a tough place to get a result, and they've not won in 8 games in the group, but I don't think that really is fair on how well they've played at times. Thinking about the game in Wales where they drew earlier in the campaign, played quite well actually in that game, deserved the result. Last month, played well at home to Ireland as well. Probably the least they deserved out of that game was the draw that they got. Then they've gone to Austria as well and got a draw there. Really completely finished Austria's chances off. So they seem to be. They've always been a technically good side, but they seem to be, I don't know, getting the mental side right, picking up a few results now, and I think that, rather than Bale, is the main reason why I would be reluctant to back Wales here, and I would say the draw at 9-4 is probably the likeliest outcome.
So the draw's 9-4, Ed. What are the other prices, mate?
Yeah, so Georgia are 16-5 and Wales are even money.
Even money, Lango. What do you reckon?
Well, I mean, I had Wales down as a big lay before Bales, and it's frustrating really because they were like around about the 8-13, 4-7 mark, and you're never going to underestimate the absence of Gareth Bale, are you? So I'm struggling really for a worthwhile bet now. I probably would head towards the draw because Georgia, as Dan's mentioned, are very tricky opponents, and they are really unlucky. One of the unluckiest teams, I think, in World Cup qualifying to be as low as they are, and as on a sort of another campaign playing the way they have, I think they could have been right up there actually in jostling for that second spot. I mean, Dan's mentioned some of their good results. I mean, it wasn't that long ago they beat Spain in an international friendly as well. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this one finished all square, really. I've not been impressed with Wales. Wales, when they qualified for the Euros, they had Ramsey and Bale playing unbelievably well, and they turned up every single game, whereas this one's been a bit of a struggle for them in terms of getting all their players fit at the same time. So, I mean, Wales are not out of it, are they? I mean, with a draw, still come down to the Ireland game. I think they may have to settle for a point.
Yeah, and they could, Ed, couldn't they? They could fail to make a playoff place, having not lost a game.
Yeah, hopefully. Anyway,
we'll come on to that in a minute.
Yeah, like there was, like obviously as Mark just said there a minute ago, like they open up 8-13, and like you can see the influence Bale has on their team, that they're now out to evens. Like this was celebrated widely when it came up on the Sky Sports News banner there the other day inside in our office. Like Georgia did cause us problems, as Chilesy just said there a minute ago. Like we were lucky to get a draw in that game. Georgia definitely a team on improving, and they keep it on the deck, which is like we're playing a lot longer than Georgia, and we still can't seem to keep it on the deck. But I don't know, they're definitely on the up. Look, I'm really impartial in this. If I'm really honest, I'd say Wales, there's possibly an overreaction to the Bale absence now, but I'd be tipping up Georgia double chance just because that's what I want to hope to happen, 8-11. But for those who do fancy Wales, I'd say Hal Robson could be worth a dabble of 11-2 first goal scorer, because with Bale out, he'll definitely start up top.
I just thought with Georgia, the one thing I thought they lacked, set pieces, that goalkeeper didn't inspire confidence. So, maybe one of the Welsh centre-halves at a big price, because he wasn't the best. Ireland caused them a lot of, the only problems they caused them were at sort of free kicks and corners.
Right. Okay then, Ed, it's Ireland-Moldova as well. You've got to fulfil your side of the bargain if Ireland are going to stay in the race. What are they 10s on, 12s on?
Yeah. So yeah, Ireland are 1-10. The draws 8-1. Moldova 33-1. Look, anybody lumping into Ireland at 1-10 against anybody would need their head examined, like in my opinion.
The Paddy
But
Power 11 would give
yeah,
that game. Wouldn't
exactly. Like Brady and McLean are out for us. They're both suspended. Walters is out injured. McCarthy's also a doubt. Like it's hard to know who they'll plump for up top. Like it's more than likely to be Shane Long. But Roy Keane was saying the other day that he expects a few debutants to play, whether that means from the start or coming from the bench. But that would be, I guess, Scott Hogan or Sean Maguire as well. Thing I'd say about Moldova is they rarely get smashed. They got beaten by Serbia 3-0 and Wales 4-0. But Croatia, Switzerland, Austria, Turkey all only lost by or only beat them by a goal or two. So yeah, like I expect Ireland to win and hopefully comfortably, but I don't expect them to smash Moldova. And yeah, I can like say if we go 1-0, 2-0 up, like we're going to have to start looking towards the game on Monday. Then I would imagine that would make sense to me anyway.
Yeah, when they play Wales in Cardiff, which could
exactly.
It could be a cracking game, that one, couldn't it? So
yeah.
They should get their Chelsea. They should get this part of the bargain.
They
sorted out pretty
yeah,
comfortably,
I think they'll win the game, but I also think they might make hard work of it as well. I mean, as Ed's mentioned there, the players that are out for Ireland, you know, they've not got the necessarily the deepest of squads in terms of quality coming in to fill those positions, and I think Moldova are a little bit tougher than maybe those prices have indicated. I mean, there's been a slight improvement in their performances. The Wales, I watched quite a bit of the game against Wales, and they gave Wales, you know, quite a good game there. I mean, it finished 2-0, but I think Wales had to wait until the 80th minute to score, and after that, Hennessy made a great save as well, you know, to keep that lead before they scored again near the end. So they've also, I mean, they played at home to Georgia, as we've mentioned. Georgia, a good side earlier this year, and drew that game as well. So you know, they're, you know, obviously this is on the road, which will be tougher for them. But I just, with the players that Ireland have got out, I mean, they don't score many goals. 9 goals in the 8 qualifiers so far.
Yeah.
No winning 4 at the moment in the last 4 qualifiers as well for Ireland. I think they'll win, but it could be tighter than expected. And 3-1, looking at the winning margin, 3-1 Ireland to win by 1 goal looks a big price to me.
Do you think they'll fluff their lines, Mark?
No. I think they'll win. I mean, Moldova have only won 2 of their last 33. That was against San Marino and Andorra. Lost their last 5 away from home to 0. But I think you can really narrow this one down. I'd be playing the split stakes on 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah, I quite like a split space as well. I'd got 2 and 3. They were both 4-1. I think small stake on each of those would do the job. So that's most of the big internationals out of the way until Monday, when most of the focus will probably be on the game between Wales and Ireland if results go as anticipated. So now it's time for our panel to give you our best bets of the weekend.
This will not be beaten.
Well, Charlesy, there's not much Football League action this Saturday, but I'm sure you've got a couple of pearls. At least one you could.
Yeah, the pick of the bunch, I think, is value-wise. Northampton home to Bristol Rovers. Northampton are in the relegation zone at the moment, but they have improved performance-wise since Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank come in. Last 3 home games under Hasselbank, beat Doncaster 1-0, beat Portsmouth 3-1, lost at home to Bradford, who are right up the top, but played well in that game as well. Bristol Rovers, the big weakness for them is international breaks, so they're missing Ryan Sweeney, who's with the Ireland under-21s, a centre-back, and a centre-back and captain, Tom Lockyer's with a Welsh squad. So the 2 first-choice centre-backs out for Bristol Rovers. I think they'll struggle here, and Northampton look a bet at 9-5.
Yeah, just 2 internationals. That's your worst-case scenario for a League 1 or League 2 team, isn't it, Mark? What's your best bet, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Southend. Draw no bet away at Doncaster. Now, Doncaster do very well on the shot stats. They're 6th in shot ratio this season. They're 2nd on total shot ratio as well. So, yeah, they're getting a lot of respect from bookmakers because of that, and they dominate games like they did last week against Bradford in sort of terms of, again, the shots. But I was reading the match report, the local sort of Doncaster Free Press, and yet again, no clear-cut chances created. So I think they are dominating sort of the mid third of the games, but they're not creating enough chances, and they're very poor defensively in the few opportunities they give up. And Southend and Doncaster have only won 2 of their 11 games. So I mean, I was looking at Southend, won their last 3. I think Josh Wright's made an impact for them in midfield, but the return of Noel Ranger from prison has been the real big influence in Southend's upturn. Last season, they won 60% of the games that he started and only won 31% that he didn't. This season, 60% again that they've won, 22 that he didn't start. So, he's a really big player for them in so many ways. He brings the best out of Cox. They're a very direct team, play up to him. So, I thought Southend were a big price, albeit that I do respect Donny's shot stats.
Right, where are the Quigley Euros going this weekend then?
There's a team I've been really impressed with internationally. I think they're constantly underrated as well. It's Macedonia, so I'm going to go with Macedonia +3 at 5-6 against Italy. As I said, I've been impressed with them. Like, they gave Spain a right game in Skopje there a few months ago, and they beat Israel as well subsequently away. And Italy I just think Italy have a knack for winning these kind of games 1-0, 2-0. And they rarely smash teams. They did Liechtenstein and San Marino, but Macedonia are far better team than them two. Belotti's out injured as well, which only helps, and Ventura, by all accounts, is considered an idiot in Italy. So yeah, Macedonia +3 at 5-6 for me, definitely.
That's great. 5-6. I was just sort of getting the +3 because looking at the price-wise table and seeing they were 55 to 1, I thought that's a fair old punt for a. So they play tomorrow. So they play on Friday. So if you're going for the Yankee or the 4-timer, then you have to get on Friday. My bet will be Mansfield to win at Colchester in League 2 at 7-5. The Stags were poor in their last away game at Cheltenham, but that would have given them a massive lift last week to have beaten local rivals and table toppers Notts County. While the youth struggles have been mainly on the road, I think this could prove a fruitful trip to Essex for the Stags. So that's Northampton for Dan. Southend draw no bet.
That's not going to go down well in the Col U ranks. We're going for Southend and opposing Colchester. We'll be losing all 4 listeners from Colchester.
And Macedonia +3 in their game in Italy on Friday. And I've done Mansfield at Colchester.